for...
It's my OBS hotkey for starting a recording.
Mine's too.
Okay, yeah, let me get mine started here as well.
Okay, well,
There's
I'm gonna paraphrase our briefing.
So there's so many different hotkeys that are needed for so many different things. Running out of keyboard.
Yeah, whatever. So, okay, you guys are going to be going through the towns of Hodan, Dorudan, and La Trinite in that specific order. You're going to clear them out of North Korean forces. Or at the very least, make sure you're the dominant forces in those areas. Those areas being within city limits, and I'm just gonna quickly circle them. Basically, we do not count outlying houses. That would be stupid.
I'm presuming anything that's like a main compound that is a bridging of, or say joining other compounds in the city proper. Like, I would presume for Dordan, aside from the area that we need to search on the northwest section specifically, it would be like that. In La Trinite, I'm thinking J-dams for days.
Yeah, well,
Do you need me to carry any explosives, or should I just dump it?
We'll get there. I do want to have at least the briefing first, so I know exactly what to or roughly what to
I mean,
expect,
yeah,
say.
well, I mean, you could search the outlying compounds here at, like, Dorudan, for an example, if you want to, or can. But anything that's, like, directly connected to the cluster of buildings itself, that you'll probably search.
Okay.
Or that you'll be expected to search. These things out here, what the hell is the pointer?
It's just
there it is. It's just click.
Yeah.
But like these two, you don't have to search that. Or it's like if it's the fucking logging camp out here, don't worry about it.
Okay, so
the lumber mill. Don't worry about the lumber mill.
Okay, so this compound would still be considered, but not that one.
Actually, no, that one probably wouldn't be considered either. But we'll get there when we get there.
Are we there yet?
Anyways, in La Trinite specifically, we believe there is a supply depot somewhere within city limits. We do not exactly know where, because every time we tried to, like, do a recon flight over, or, like, I don't know, get sat footage, it didn't work. So, you're just gonna have to find it, but, the North Koreans like putting flags up by their by their, compounds and such, so you'll probably find it sooner or later.
I mean, their literacy rate is pretty abysmal.
You'll probably also notice a giant fuck-off watchtower, but,
Can I go in as a tourist or recon?
No, they'll shoot you on sight.
Oh.
These
But
are still North
tourism is good
Koreans.
for the economy.
North Korea doesn't have an economy.
We don't have an economy right now. We're being invaded.
Well, Malden doesn't. We're not Malden. We're advisors for Malden.
Shut up.
As soon as North Koreans have a way to get to Malden, we probably have bigger problems to worry about too.
Oh no, they got a bunch of fishing boats, lashed them together, and puttered around.
We'll bomb that bridge when we get
Cape
there.
Horn. No one was expecting it, which is why they were able to pull it off.
So anyway,
I'll just assume they teleported here via some sort of like anime portal.
We'll bomb that bridge when we get there, Beck.
Yes.
Anyway, as you guys might have noticed on the map, there are green 4 icons on the map, which means you guys are going to have mechanized backup.
Yay!
Wait,
really? Fire isn't.
I vaguely remember the last time we had backup. It just demolished everything.
You'll need it.
Well, that was also because we had the Vadums, and the Vadums is basically just anti-everything.
So, yeah, you'll have some big boys to support you. Oh, and also a howitzer battery, but I can't mark that on map.
I like big boys in that cave.
That or I
No,
forgot
let's
where
not
the
go there.
artillery was.
That sounds no good.
Anyways, if you want to call in artillery, just, I don't know, type it in a chat or something, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll call in the artillery over
It's
radio.
105 howitzers. Or,
Well,
I don't
I'll call it
know,
over.
use
I'll
long
call
range to call it in. I don't know. Something, I don't care how, just make sure I can clearly hear it.
I'll just preface the radio call as being, strike requested, or, well, artillery strike requested, and then I'll give the coordinates.
Okay. There's also supposedly a KPA howitzer battery somewhere in the red hashed out circle in Doradon.
Mm-hmm.
They're statics. You'll probably run into them accidentally.
Okay.
We don't know if there's a SAM site in the region, but it's somewhere on the hill between Doradon and Hodan.
Okay, so potential anti-air site there, which is going to be limiting any sort of support, even once the carrier battle group that I'm sure is on the way gets here.
Yeah, something like that.
Though, depending on how defended it is, it may just be a case of secure the MSR, secure the towns, and then we'll deal with. Because at that point, they'll just wither on the vine as well.
Yeah, just.
So, let's see here. So, Beck, you have demolition stuff.
I got 6 demo charges and a clicker.
Okay.
Ooh,
Pizza
also,
is the medic.
I've
That's
got
the
morphine.
default. If you need me to have less less charges, it's alright.
ooh, one important thing to note, the KPA will have a bunch of emplacements along the MSR itself, which means
Okay.
they won't stray far from the MSR, and it'll be anything from a machine gun to a recoilless rifle to, hell, ATGMs.
So we're
Yeah,
going
so-
in with not a lot of intel.
Why would we?
I mean, we've been told that all the recon attempts that were sent out prior got destroyed or shot down. So we at least know roughly where some rough intel positions. So what sort of vehicles are we going to be looking at the Op4 having to case against us
Mostly like either transport trucks or like APCs. However, we also expect the closer you get to La Trinité, the more armor you're going to run into.
Okay, so actual armor. And so for our Green 4 allies, what is their force composition looking like?
Right now, we have a 3-ship group of M60A3 Pattons with 3 or 2 armored personnel carriers, and then AA support.
The APCs, are these Bradleys or are these M113s?
113s.
The lunchbox. Okay. All right. Let's see here, Beck. Go ahead and stow that disposable launcher. What we're going to do is you're going to grab a javelin tube out of here. We will stow that in the vehicle that we are going to pull, which I'm thinking is probably going to be one of the Humvees, because quite frankly, the Striker without having the mobile gun system on top is going to be less, basically just a bigger target, and just as susceptible to a ATGM or a main gunshot.
Let me try and fix that. Slat cage, desert. There we go. The Striker now has that slat cage.
Where's the Humvee?
To your, take a
A little
left.
bit further down the road here.
Ah, there.
So yeah, we'll stow the javelin. Well, you probably just stow the javelin tubes in there and carry the actual command unit. Because the command unit is all that heavy by itself. It's the tube that can be weighty. Yeah, we'll just pull this first one here.
there might or might not be U.S. mechanized or armored support that comes over, but it's going to be extremely limited on that front, because most of it is currently focused on trying to push this left side of the map.
Yeah.
If not already holding it.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. So we have 3 M60s, a pair of 113s.
How many javelin missiles should I put in there?
Let's... Zeus, can you drop at least half a dozen into the Humvee here, please?
One mic.
Alright, let's go and fill them up.
Just... Beck, I'm just gonna have Malthy add them in, just so we don't have to do a whole bunch of silly running back and forth.
He's already on.
Raj.
Yeah, he'll get back here soon enough.
Inventory. Let me find
Yeah.
for the...
Cody, I would definitely recommend that you go for a semi-auto rather than bolt-action rifle, because we're going to be probably doing some close quarter
Yeah, I
stuff
could
anyway.
only fit 5 of the missiles in there. Like, the
Fair
inventory will not physically let me load more.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I guess I'll just bug you to see how we go with having more than that later. If
I'll
we
find a
need
way.
The radio channel was 55 again, right?
Yes, it's
55,
55.
Okay.
correct.
I just wanted to double check.
Marking it on the map just in case we need it. Here we go. And then we also have the M136 launchers as well, toolkit, med kits for extra medical supplies, more demo blocks. And then overall status of the enemy ground forces. Are you looking at still heavily invested, moderately invested? Are they spread thin? Are they?
They're likely to be at least 2 or 3 squads, and then like a fire team, give or take, within the town themselves. Otherwise, they're a bit spread thin.
Okay, so spread a little bit thin, but they're concentrating around the
They're strong pointing
The ci-
in areas
in
of...
cities.
Yeah, in population centers.
And do we have any intel about if there are units up on top of the mountains here?
We believe there are no units in the mountains.
Okay, well,
At
I'm not going to. I'm not
At
going to
best,
fall.
a scout sniper team, but
Gotcha.
North Korea having like elite sniper teams. That sounds silly.
I'm just thinking of that MASH episode where you had 5 o'clock Charlie. Please tell me someone else knows that episode.
It's been too long, my man.
Y'all are gonna make me feel old. Okay, yeah, so that basically has my questions answered. So Pizza's the medic. We have Cupcake
By the
there
way,
with...
the MDF are going to start advancing on a trigger somewhere around this T-junction up at this.
Okay. So I'm thinking we'll actually head for Hill 169 here to get some initial observation into Houdan. Plan out our overall advance. We'll move up the road, deal with any emplacements as we come along them. We'll be trying to identify any ATGM and other anything that'd be a threat for the armor. Because all the stuff that'd be a threat for us, like heavy machine guns and the like, we'll call that out to the armor for them to strike with their big stick. Yeah, like I said, so Cupcake has the marksman or DMR. Yeah, so Cody, Becky all stick together. Myself and Pizza will basically be sticking together.
Don't forget the javelin under the truck.
So we have the javelin in here. We're going
But there's
to
one under the Jeep too.
What? If I
You don't want to
put
run
it
that over.
How did? Okay, who put the javelin under the?
I tried to put it in the truck, but I guess it just got dropped.
Well, yeah, because the truck is full.
Oh.
Yeah, the truck is literally packed to the gills.
Alright, I'll just carry it on my back then.
Well,
You could shove it in a backpack? Question mark.
that's right. 'Cause that is just the command unit. I was able to load the command unit in there. That's weird. Okay,
I was
so-
carrying the command unit and one in the and one in the tube, but I was like, yeah.
Don't forget your nods, boys.
How many belts are on the M2 there?
2.
Two belts?
Yeah, just 2 mags, being 2 belts, yes.
Malty, could you see about maybe increasing number of belts on the modules for this to say 4 or 5 rather than the anemic 2? I guarantee no will be taking a freaking Humvee into combat with just 3 belts they have for their machine gun.
Got 5 now.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's got 6 belts in.
Signal on this thing.
We don't need them where we're going.
What? You think this is a BMW or something, man? Come on.
Hey, I'm not the engineer. I suppose it's better than nothing.
Looks like they're acting more as just a limited anti-air